There is a graveyard out there. Not one made of stone and silence, but one made of rusting metal and forgotten engineering. It is filled with cars that were built to impress for a few years and then quietly disappear. But scattered among the roads of the world today, still running, still reliable, are machines that were never supposed to join that graveyard. Mercedes-Benz built them differently. Not better looking, not faster, not more feature-packed, just better. Built with a philosophy so disciplined and so uncompromising that decades later, these cars simply refuse to die. Today on the Motor Era, we are going back to the golden age of Mercedes engineering. 7 cars that were not designed around profit margins or warranty periods, but around one single idea: build it to last forever. Let us start at the very beginning of this legacy. The Mercedes-Benz W114, produced between 1968 and 1976. This is where it all began. Long before the brand became famous for technology or luxury features, the W114 was laying the groundwork for something much more important: mechanical integrity. This was a car built in an era when Mercedes was not chasing competitors and horsepower numbers or interior gadgets. They were chasing longevity, pure and simple. The body was heavily reinforced. The suspension was built to absorb years of punishment without complaint. And the tolerances on every mechanical component were generous, meaning parts wore slowly and lasted far longer than they needed to. Mercedes introduced engines on the W114 that would go on to become legends in their own right. Both petrol and diesel options were tuned for smooth, low-stress operation. Not excitement, not aggression, just quiet, dependable performance that could keep going for hundreds of thousands of kilometers without drama. Safety was also taken seriously, with innovations that put this car well ahead of most manufacturers at the time. More than 50 years later, surviving examples of the W114 still feel solid, still feel honest. This was the car that first gave real meaning to the phrase "built to last," and Mercedes never looked back after it. From that foundation came the car that most people consider the greatest Mercedes ever made, the W123. If there is one vehicle that perfectly captures what people mean when they say they do not make them like they used to, it is this one. Introduced in the mid-1970s, the W123 arrived at a time when Mercedes had fully committed to durability as a non-negotiable standard, not a bonus, not a selling point, a requirement. The steel was thick, the suspension was deliberately overbuilt, interior materials were chosen not for how they looked in a showroom, but for how they would hold up after 20 years of daily use. And the engines, particularly the diesel versions, became something close to mythological. The OM617 diesel was not a fast engine. It was not a refined engine in the modern sense, but it would run and run and run. Taxis in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East ran these cars for decades without rebuilds. Families passed them down through generations. Mechanics in some countries swear that with basic servicing, these engines can reach 1 million kilometers. Think about that number for a moment. 1 million kilometers in a car built in the 1970s. This was not an accident. It was the direct result of an engineering culture that treated durability as its highest value. The W123 did not win awards or dominate magazine covers. It just kept running while everything around it fell apart. And that is exactly why it became one of the most respected cars in automotive history. If the W123 proved the formula worked, the W124 proved it could be perfected. Produced between 1984 and 1997, the W124 was born during what many consider the true golden age of Mercedes engineering. A period when the company had both the talent and the courage to build cars without compromise. Walking up to a W124 today, even one with serious mileage on it, you still feel it. The door closes like a vault. The body has a rigidity that most new cars cannot match. Everything about it communicates permanence. Corrosion protection was taken seriously. The body structure was heavily reinforced, and the suspension was built to handle years of hard use without losing its character. The OM603 diesel engine, later replaced by the OM606, became famous for running hundreds of thousands of kilometers on nothing more than regular oil changes and basic care. Taxi fleets around the world ran these cars into the ground, and then kept running them some more. Not because they were the cheapest option, but because they were the most reliable option. Even today, nearly 30 years after production ended, the W124 remains a benchmark, not just for Mercedes, for the entire automotive world. Now let us move to the Flagship, the car that sat at the very top of the Mercedes lineup and treated that responsibility with the seriousness it deserved. The W126 S-Class, produced between 1979 and 1991. This was a luxury sedan built during a time of global uncertainty, oil crises, economic pressure, political instability. Mercedes could have responded by cutting costs and building something safer and more profitable. Instead, they responded by building something stronger. The W126 was not designed to chase trends. It was engineered to be the safest, most refined, and most resilient luxury sedan in the world. Aerodynamics, corrosion resistance, structural integrity, and long-term mechanical reliability were all treated with obsessive attention. The inline-six engines like the M103 and the V8 options including the M117 and later the M119 were built to operate under low stress, meaning they could run for decades without pushing their limits. Advanced safety features for the time, including ABS and early airbag systems, were added without sacrificing the mechanical simplicity that made the car reliable. World leaders, executives, and professional drivers trusted the W126, not because it was flashy, but because it worked, year after year, mile after mile. Then came the W140, and this is where things got almost absurd. Produced between 1991 and 1998, the W140 S-Class is what happens when an engineering team is given unlimited ambition and told not to worry about the cost. This car was born at the very end of Mercedes' no-compromise era, and it shows in every single detail. The doors were so heavy they needed vacuum-assisted closing systems. The insulation was so thick that the outside world practically vanished the moment you sat inside. Even small details like mirror mechanisms and wiring looms were redesigned specifically to last longer than anyone could reasonably expect. Under the hood, the W140 offered engines that ranged from smooth inline-six units to massive V8s and the legendary V12, all of them tuned for longevity over aggression. This was not a car built to be efficient or environmentally fashionable. It was built for buyers who believed that the best car is the one you never need to replace. The W140 was criticized at the time for being too large, too heavy, too expensive to develop, but history has been kind to it. Today it stands as a monument to what engineering without compromise actually looks like when it is pushed to its absolute extreme. Now let us talk about a car that proved this philosophy was not just for sedans. The Mercedes-Benz R129 SL, produced between 1989 and 2001. A roadster that was engineered not for weekends and fashion, but for a lifetime of ownership. Development of the R129 took more than a decade. And it shows, the chassis was massively reinforced. The integrated rollover protection system was far ahead of its time. And the fully automatic hydraulic soft top was designed and tested to operate flawlessly for decades. The inline-six engines delivered effortless low-stress reliability. The naturally aspirated V8 options became known for running hundreds of thousands of kilometers without drama. Even the suspension setup, which balanced comfort and control beautifully, allowed the R129 to glide over rough roads in a way that modern sports cars still struggle to match. This was a car built in a time when Mercedes did not ask how much engineering was enough. They asked how much engineering was possible. The R129 continues to feel substantial and deliberate even today. A reminder that true luxury was never about lightness or minimalism. It was about confidence built into every single component. And finally, the car that proved this engineering discipline was never reserved only for flagship models. The Mercedes-Benz 190e, the W201. This was the compact Mercedes, the entry point into the brand. And Mercedes built it with exactly the same seriousness they applied to their most expensive cars. When the W201 was being developed, the engineers did not ask how small or light they could make it. They asked how strong, stable, and long-lasting it needed to be. The body structure was exceptionally rigid for its class. Corrosion protection was thorough. And the suspension was far more sophisticated than anything competitors were offering in the same segment. Petrol and diesel engines were both tuned for low stress, long life operation rather than impressive power figures. The 190e did not rely on excess or flash. It relied on balance, mechanical honesty, and engineering depth. Decades later, many of these cars are still in daily use around the world. Proof that true durability is not about size or price, it is about philosophy. Looking back at all 7 of these cars, a clear picture emerges. Mercedes-Benz once operated under a set of values that treated engineering as a long-term responsibility, not a quarterly expense. These were not cars built to be impressive for 3 years and then replaced. They were built to be maintained, cared for, and trusted for an entire lifetime. The W114 laid the foundation. The W123 proved it was possible. The W124 refined it. The W126 elevated it. The W140 pushed it to its absolute extreme. The R129 applied it to a Roadster. And the W201 proved it could scale down without losing any of its soul. Every single one of these cars is still out there on the road today, some with mileage figures that would make modern engineers uncomfortable. And they are not surviving by luck. They are surviving by design. That is what made this era of Mercedes-Benz so remarkable. And that is why we remember it. That is it for today on the Motor Era. If you made it this far, you clearly appreciate what real engineering looks like. So hit subscribe and stay with us, because we are just getting started.